Good evening and welcome to News 10 on My Fox 10. Is there dangerous bacteria living in your water or even in your soil? A new Wabash Valley watershed group says there is, and they're working on a solution. One they say will lower the contamination levels. News 10's Matt Gregory reports it's new for you tonight at 10.
According to the Center for Disease Control, E. coli spans a large and diverse group of bacteria. It can cause stomach problems, urinary infections, and respiratory illness to us. And the worst part might be that the Otter Creek watershed has a high level of contamination from it.
E. coli is definitely a concern. Most of the sites tested on the stream have higher than standard E. coli readings. That's pretty common throughout the state.
It might be usual for rivers in Indiana to have E. coli, but that doesn't make waterways like Otter Creek safe. In fact, for close to 13 years, whether you knew it or not, Otter Creek has been on Indiana's contaminated water list.
It comes from many different things. It can come from septic tanks that aren't maintained properly. It can come from farm fields. It can come from many different sources. It can come from people spreading nitrates and fertilizers on their front lawn.
But this could affect your family because the watershed isn't just the areas near Otter Creek. It actually spreads into parts of Vigo, Clay, and Park County, which can contaminate your soil and possibly groundwater.
Today we're having the initial steering committee meeting. It's actually just getting a public opinion on how we're going to continue with the 319 grant that we're filing to form the watershed.
The grant would give property owners in the watershed funds to help stop contamination, from updating septic systems to changing some farming and fertilizing practices, which is why Tuesday's meeting gave landowners a chance to explain their concerns. Questions about contamination and what they can do to stop it.
So if the community is actually involved in getting behind us, we'll actually get the money to actually educate more people so we can actually reduce those levels in the Otter Creek.
In the Otter Creek watershed with photojournalist Gary Bryan, Matt Gregory, News 10.
The Indiana Department of Management says E. coli usually is filtered out before it reaches well water, but that's not always the case.